I'm honored today to address the International Convention for a Free Iran. I know that we are deeply concerned about much of what's happening in Washington, D.C., where the Biden administration is rushing to dismantle the sanctions against the Ayatollah Khamenei and the mullahs. The Iranian regime's malign activities are well known. Missile proliferation, seeking the destruction of America and our allies, including Israel. Creating terror states within states in Iraq, in Yemen, in Lebanon. Floating the Assad regime in Syria. Funding and directing terrorism across the globe. And of course, inside Iran, over and over again, committing unthinkable human rights atrocities. When we're talking about the future of Iran, it is my belief that we need to collapse the regime. This used to be a very straightforward and broadly accepted idea. But 6 years ago, President Obama entered the United States into the catastrophic nuclear agreement with Iran. As you all know far too well, the deal put the Ayatollah on a path to building a nuclear arsenal. A nuclear arsenal that he would be all too happy to use against us and against our allies. It also reconnected Iran to the global financial system and flooded the Ayatollahs with hundreds of billions of dollars in sanctions relief, giving them everything they needed to launder vast sums of money across the world for terrorism and proliferation. Alongside the deal, they sent $1.7 billion in unmarked cash to the Ayatollah as part of a ransom for hostages, because the Obama administration knew how it would look if they implemented the deal without at least some hostages being released. I urged President Trump to withdraw from this disastrous deal, and he did so. Then he took significant and meaningful steps to reverse course and to impose maximum pressure, diplomatically isolating Iran, including taking out Soleimani, a designated terrorist responsible for the deaths of at least 603 American servicemen and women. We're now heading into a dangerous chapter with the Biden-Harris administration. They work actively to undermine the national security gains made in the last 4 years and to reinvigorate the Ayatollahs. The administration has shown every sign that it intends to and will embrace and appease the regime. And we're seeing the fruits of that appeasement in the form of constant attacks by Iran and by its terrorist armies on American forces and on our allies across the Middle East. Make no mistake, I will continue leading the fight in the Senate to hold the Iranian regime accountable for their malign activities and to return U.S. policy to one of maximum pressure until this evil and despotic regime finally collapses.